Hello, hello. Thank you for coming in to my YouTube channel today. This is Alethea from So Much Talent, the group. And I already have one person in, so thank you for joining me. I know it's a little bit later than what I had planned, but you know how it is when you have technical difficulties. But anyway, I wanted to review. I'm going to review this real quick. Hey, Alicia. Thank you for joining me this day. I keep wanting to say this morning. I did an earlier scope today on Periscope. And so I'm always saying good morning. All right, but anyway, I want to do this review on, tell you how my experience. Hey, Andrea. I won't keep you all long, I promise, because I have enough engagement. But I wanted to get this in because I know later on today I won't. Hey, Latasha. How you doing? All my So Much Talent friends coming over. Thank you so much. All right, so yeah, I want to share with y'all my review on this McCall 7833. I believe this dress is becoming more and more popular. It's going to be just as popular as M7833. I promise you. It's so easy. I know the drawstrings look intimidating, but they are easy peasy. And I'm going to even show you how to make your own drawstrings today because actually it calls for ribbon, which is really easy. So, I mean, it's even easier than making your own drawstrings, but it's quick, fast. There's only two pieces, really. There's facings, but if y'all know me, I don't like facings. So I'll tell you all about that in a minute. But there's the back and the front, which is one piece. So one piece is a back and front together. There's the sleeve, and there's the back facing, and it's the front. Well, actually, I think it's just the one piece for the facing. So actually, I think it's like three pieces. I can't remember because I didn't do the facings. And then, of course, you have your guides for your elastic, for the sleeve, and then it tells you how much you need for your drawstrings. So I did view A. Well, I did in between view A and view C. And the reason why I say I did in between, because I didn't want mine as long as hers on the side. So I kind of shaved probably about 4 inches off of the tail right there. And then I did the sleeves on view A. All right, so I did a combination, but I would love to do this one. So y'all know we're in that So Much Talent group is in the middle of the So Much Talent challenge for the month of October, which is the little black dress. Yeah, so many people are having issues with the little black dress. I didn't know that black would be such a problem, y'all. So a lot of people don't want to do black. Some people want to do colors. Actually, I had one person do pink. So it's really not technically the neutral color that I'm looking for. But so yeah. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But the neutral colors are what we can use for the dress challenge. So somebody gave me the suggestion, gave me the idea. You should go ahead and use this dress for your little black dress challenge, which I think I am. This is one of them because I still want to do my Paco dress, but this dress, the dress form is a little bit bigger than I am, but either way, it shows you what it looks like. The pleats don't do it any justice here because it's not on me. But anyway, yeah, this is like super easy right in here. It's just stitched. The seam allowances are 3/4 of an inch instead of 5/8 of an inch on the side, so it allows you enough room for the casing, and basically just top stitch down the seams are, so it leaves you a channel for you to slide your drawstrings in, and that's pretty much it. You have the opening down here at the bottom, so you basically just pull your strings up and down just like that. Yeah, so it's like really easy peasy. And then the sleeve right here, this is just a piece of elastic that's sewn in here. That's just sewn from one spot to the next, which makes that really easy. And like I tell you, I didn't do my neckline with the facing because I don't like facings on my knits. I like binding, self-binding. And so I have to show you how to do that one on another video. Maybe that'll be the next one after this. But I did make a binding to stitch down on the inside, so I top stitched this right in here. So when I say this dress went together real easy, it went together real easy. and I just top stitched everything here, just like the pattern calls for. You know, you just do a row, just a fold and another fold, just stitch that down and hem it. So it's like super, super easy. All right. So what I wanted to share with you, I got so many compliments on this dress, and I will be making it again. I would really love to make this woman right here. Thanks, Veronica. I appreciate it. It's growing on me. It is growing on me. So I thank you for that compliment. So yeah, this is going to be my next one because I think that is really, 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 like, really sexy. So who knows? Maybe our retreat for next year. I don't know if we'll get to do a formal next year, and I don't know how the retreat's going to end next year. But something's going to come up where I'm going to have to wear this little number right here. So I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, so let's get started. Let me talk to you about how to do the, hang on. I know I'm not fancy with the equipment, so I have to move this around how I can so you all can see me. All right, and so I'm on a very basic machine today, so this will let you know that you can do this on any machine. Normally, you know, I'm working on my Juki, my industrial machine, but you don't have to, you can do this on any machine, which will be fine. So, like I say, this calls for 2.5 yards of 3/8 inch wide ribbon. So what I did was made enough, cut this wide enough, a strip of my same fabric, because that's how I like mine. To me, it looked a little bit more professional, as opposed to just having a random piece of ribbon in the dress. So that's just my preference. So I took the same piece of fabric, about 1.25 yards, and I actually stitched this down. I'm gonna show you how I did that so that I can make my bias tape. And what you'll need is some kind of turner. Now what I found, which was really easy, I had never used this before, never pulled this out of the box, and one of my soul sisters blessed me with this, gifted this to me during last February, when everybody was sending me different things, which was a real blessing. But this is by Dritz, and I'm not being paid by Dritz to share this with you all. Y'all know if I see something out there and it's helpful, I share it with you all. But this is Dritz, made by Dritz. It's called a quick turn, and it has a quick turn for a 3/16 of an inch tube or piping, one for a 1/2 inch, and then I used the one for 3/8 of an inch. All right, so I found that cutting my 1.25 inch, or it might have been even 3/8 inch, 1 3/8 of an inch. And then when I fold it, I make a 1/4 inch stitch, or I edge stitch it. And then that allows enough room for this tube to be able to get in there. But this is the quickest way to get you a tube, get you a casing. All right, so I am going to show you what I did. And so you'll have to, like I said, I didn't even go to the ironing board to press it or whatnot. I just stitch it while I'm here. But just fold it in half, hot dog style, and you're going to stitch across the top part of it, just on one end. Okay, and I'm edge stitching it, so I know you can't see that really well. And what I'm using, because what I found when I did this on mine, I used a regular straight stitch, and if you use a regular, okay, hang on. So I made that bury down inside. So you want to be careful of that. But what you don't want to do, you don't want to use a straight stitch. Let me cut that off and start this over, and I'll reset my stitches, because that was a little short edge right there. It went right down into the feed dog, and you don't want to do that. So I'm going to reset this back to a straight stitch. So I set my width on a 1, and I set my stitch length on a 3. So I'm just going to stitch straight across one end of it, because that's going to help you be able to get that through the tube and create a stop for that dowel to go in. And this is what you consider a dowel or just a stick to help push that fabric through. All right, so now what I was saying was I set my length to a more narrow length, which is a 2. And then I set my width stitch on a 1, so it'll have a narrow zigzag stitch. All right, and the reason why I'm doing a narrow zigzag stitch is because as you pull this through with this knit fabric, it tends to pop, and you don't want it to pop. You don't want the threads to pop. So you want to be able to push this fabric through without the threads popping. So you want to create like an elasticity with your thread. Now, if you have a serger or something like that, by all means, you can do this with a serger. Now you want to be careful because this type of fabric, especially this jersey knit, it likes to dance. And so you have to make sure that it stays in place and don't get out of your way. It don't jiggle from you. I didn't make this as long as it calls for, but I want to make it long enough so you can see how to get this through. Okay, I'm just going to cut that off right there. All right, so you do not stitch across the bottom, the end piece. You leave one end open, okay? Now, what you do want to go ahead and do is take some of the excess off, not too much because you don't want your dowel to go through that seam right there. And I made this light so you can kind of see that thread across there. Okay, so without turning that inside out, you're going to stick this dowel in through that little hole at the bottom, through the opening that you left. You're going to stick this little dowel through that and push it all the way. You're going to push it all the way to the top, like this, okay? All right, make sure that's over there, just snug like that. And now you're going to take your dowel and push your dowel in through here, and you're just going to keep pushing that in just like that. And see, now it's coming through the other end. And now that that's already out, you can go ahead and pull that dowel out, and it pulls through. I mean, that was like really easy, right? Just like super easy. And if you need to, you can go back in, use your dowel. Now, your drawstrings are going to be much longer than this, so you have to take your time with it. But your drawstrings are going to be much longer than this piece that I shared with you. But that just gives you an idea of how it's done. So that right there, that's your drawstring. And so what I did was, you're going to have to feed your drawstrings through the little casings that you create on the dress. Now here's the other thing that I did. On the pattern, it tells you to stitch up the side without the drawstrings. It tells you that side up first. Well, I decided to stitch the sides with the drawstrings up first because you can stitch it flat. You can stitch the casings down flat. And you don't have to worry about trying to hold your fabric, make sure it's out of the way. You can just lay your fabric flat and stitch the casings, and then you can slide your casings through with no problem, and then sew the other side up. And that's how I did it. I understand why they did it that way, because what they did was stitch that one side up and they hemmed everything up to the drawstring section. But you can still hem your skirt or hem the bottom of the dress without even with the other side stitched first. All right, so what I did was, once I did my casing, this is the end that I fed through the casing. This is what ends up at the top under my arm. Okay, so you want the closed end to be down at the bottom, and so this is up at the top. And then once you get to this part up here, you just stitch across both pieces, and that's your drawstring. And so when you get ready to use it, all you do is just pull both ties, because you're gonna make 2 sets of these. So So, but that's it. That's how you create your drawstrings, and using the Dritz Quick Turn. I wish I had been using this like way before, because I love the knit drawstrings, especially like on the dresses and things like that. This makes life so much easier. All right, so that's it. That's my little quick tutorial, and that's my review on the McCall 7833. And like I said, I do believe that this is going to be the next big hit, because it's so quick and so fast, and you can wear it as a formal or dress, or you can wear it as a Sunday dress. You can wear it as an easy, just going out, you know, date night out or something like that. It's just a fun dress. So I hope you pick that pattern up, and I hope you try it. And if you have questions or comments, just leave them below this video. And if you're not following me yet, go ahead and click that button and follow. Click the like button and let me know what you think. All right, again, this is Alethea with So Much Talent, the group on Facebook. If you haven't followed me, if you're not following us on the group page, then you need to be following. All right, talk to you soon. Until next video, remember, you are blessed to be a blessing.